Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lottie and today we're doing a feel good full body Pilates flow. So let's get started. We're going to start at the back of the mat and we're going to start with some roll downs just to get nice and mobile through the spine. So I want you to take a moment here just to ground through the feet, spread the toes long. Coming into the body and focusing on a nice mindful movement practice. Working from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Maybe closing down the eyes just to really bring yourself onto your mat, into your body, and taking this time for you to work strong and find that deep grounding and connection. Take a deep breath in, widen forward, and as you exhale, start to nod your chin gently towards your chest, feeling that stretch in the back of the neck. And then just start to peel the spine down, keeping your hips over your ankles as you go up and over, supporting with the abdominals. Maybe just keeping the knees a bit more soft for that first one. Inhale, exhale as you gather up. Let the arms just fall from the shoulders, press the hips under, and then bringing your head up last. Looking out in front, taking an inhale again, starting to find that rhythm of the breath and the movement, connecting together, up and over. Good. We're mobilizing our spine, maybe feeling the hamstrings, easing and lengthening. And then we're coming up. I want you to feel like you're squeezing a cushion or a ball between your thighs, feeling those inner thighs starting to connect deep to that center. This time we're going to walk out, so we're going to come down through the spine, bone by bone. I want you to spread your toes, feel that lift up and over as you come down. And we're going to walk ourselves about halfway up the mat, so not all the way into a plank, just about halfway up. Soften through the knees, coming into this downward stretch position and just feeling the sit bones stretching up, opening into the back of your sacrum. Breathing in and breathing out. Soften the knees just a little bit more and then just send the sit bones up a bit higher. So that anterior tilt, pushing the mat away. And then see if you can stretch those legs. Don't worry about getting the heels down. Just start to stretch out through those inner thighs. We're going to take a little ripple into our plank. So we're going to ripple from the hips. And we're going to come through into that plank position. You might need to step the hands, just make sure they're underneath the shoulders. You're in a really strong plank. And then we're going to send the sit bones up and back. And you can always modify and bring the knees down and just take this wave through that spine, firing up through the legs, through the core, and then shifting the sit bones back. And again, rippling through. Breathing out as you ripple through. Strong, press the mat away. Inhale as you push back. And exhale, lead with your pelvis, lead with your hips like a wave. Pulling through, finding that plank, but then going straight back into that down stretch. Let's take one more. We're moving and easing into the body. And then we're going to bring those knees down and we're going to just bring the hands back. So we find this all fours position. We're going to take a little shoulder protraction and retraction. So just let the chest drop down and feel the shoulders gently pinching together. Try not to sort of hang through the middle, but keep a little tone through your abdominals and then spread your shoulders wide. Kind of like you're pulling them apart, pushing the back of your head up, and just do that a few times, kind of unsticking the scapula, the shoulders. Moving in and out through that position. Keeping a little lift through the center. And then just finding a nice neutral. So you don't want to be pinched, don't want to be spreading wide, just feeling like the shoulders are sitting on your back, lengthening through your spine. Your right leg is going to reach behind us now. We're going to start to wake up through the glutes and through the side of the body. So you're pushing the mat away, you're lifting that leg, both hips are level, and then we're going to do a little sort of, we call it wag the tail. So we're going to work through those glutes and hamstrings. We're going to cross the leg over the body, saying hello to my plant, and look into that foot. And then we're going to open the leg and look to that side. So I'm doing a little bit of a side bend and moving the leg, and you're keeping your leg sort of on a table, sort of on a chair, so it doesn't drop down every time. It's going to Keep on that same plane of movement, and we're going to work into that waist as we side bend, looking back. It doesn't have to be a big movement, so don't sort of bend and stretch the elbows, but just going through the sides and feeling that lift through your center as we touch the plants. And we're going to go look into that foot and then opening up. And we've got 4 more, squeezing that bottom. 3, feeling long through your sides. 2, I love this one because you're really bending into that side. Last one, good. And then we're going to bring our leg all the way around to the side, and we're going to do our little hinge backs here, just opening through the groin into the inner thighs, spreading back. Now I want you to try and do this without tucking your pelvis under. So when you sit back, try and send your hips away from you, don't tuck. So you're getting really great work into the hips, moving forwards and back, keeping that little lift through the tummy, grounding through that outside foot, and then come back forwards. You're going to open your right arm to the side, lovely rotation for that spine, looking up, and then we're going to thread the needle, thread it through. Ear comes down, you're not sitting back, you're reaching forwards, core switched on. Centering is working, you've got 2 more. Feeling that expansion through your chest, and then threading the arm under, elbow wide. And again, 1 more, lovely open side. And we thread, the ear comes towards the mat, but don't rest it. I want you to feel that work, that length. Good, bring that hand back and lift that right leg all the way up and back behind you with control. We're going to tuck it down onto the floor, and we're going to lift into a little plank with this left knee coming up. So navel to spine, we lift, down, lift that leg. Down with the foot, lift, down, firing up through the center, keeping that upper body strong. Good. So I want you to try and keep as neutral with that spine as you can as you lift your leg. So don't lift your hips too high. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. Good. Reach that leg away. Feel the front of your hip here. It's going to open as that leg goes. Control with the abdominals. Good. You're pulling that knee up with your abdominals if you can. You're really integrating the whole body, the back, the front, the sides. Good. We're going to step that leg back into that plank. Lift those hips high. Back into your little waves, your little ripples. So peeling the spine through. Lengthening and sitting back. Breathe in and move in. We're coming onto the other side. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. The legs might feel a little bit uneven, so let's even them up. Good. And we're going to bring that right knee down. The left leg is going to open up and back, and then we're going to do that wag the tail. So really check those shoulders are nice and square, and then we're going to cross, look back to that left foot, and then to the side, and then again. And I'm going to come a bit forward so I don't tickle the plant every time. And then open. Good, so remember you want to keep that foot high, don't let it drop down, and reach, and you want to get a little bit of a side bend going here. Feels really nice in your obliques. If you've been doing some abdominal work, if you've been doing any of my ab classes, then we will be getting to some abs in a bit, but I want you to, this is quite a nice one to sort of stretch into the waist. Good, and work through those glutes and hamstrings. And then this one, we're going to step it all the way up and around to the side. And we're going to go into those little rocks. Feels so nice for those hips. Connect with your breath. Stay present. Keep the flow. Remember that we're feeling strong. We're working to find connection, but with ease and with calm. So with calmness, we're just moving forwards and back. That wasn't very good English, but you know what I mean. Good. And we're coming here, we're going into that thread the needle. We're opening that left arm, expanding the chest, and we're threading it through. Good, feel long, try not to collapse here. And then we open up through that waist. Really lovely to get into your thoracic. Really twist, remember, from the center of the rib cage. And one more there. Open, reach taller if you can, and thread through. And then we're going to go into those planks here. We're going to reach that left leg with control. Find your strength, lift it up and back, and tap the foot down, tuck the toes under, ground through your shoulders, pull in through your waist, lift that right knee, and leg lifts. Ooh, feeling that hamstring, feeling that core. Good. And when you're feeling like it's a little bit tough, you just find more control. You find more alignment, more precision of movement. You try not to go and forget about the Pilates principles. You have to find them more. Good, you've got 4 more. Keeping that long spine as that leg lifts. Good, feeling that hamstring. Really nice, guys. You've got last 2. Excellent, you've got last one. Lengthen that hip away. And on this last one, we're stepping back to plank. We're going to come onto our fronts. So we're going to bend the elbows in. If you need to drop the knees, or come all the way down onto your tummy. Lengthen back through your thighs, drawing through your waist. So you've got a little pocket of air, a little tunnel of air. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back. You're going to reach back through your pelvis, press through your bottoms, and we're going to find this lovely extension. We're going to roll those shoulders open. Long back of the neck. Breathe here. Drawing in through those abdominals. Rest down, maybe turn your head to one side. Maybe release those arms. And we're coming up again, interlace the hands. I want you to press through your pubic bone, through your pelvis. Push the bottom down, squeeze your glutes as you reach your legs back. And you're going to dart forwards, open your chest and shoulders. Keep that little pocket of air under your lower back. You might just keep it low, don't come too high. Think of it more from your shoulders. Really open up the front of your shoulders. And then maybe turn your head the other way. Bring your hands back as you push back to a plank. See if you've got that strength to push back up and lift back to a downward stretch. Feeling those hamstrings. We're going to come onto the knees. We're going to float those arms all the way up and just step in your right foot forwards. Hands come back behind you in that same dart position. Roll the shoulders as we gently press the hips forwards. Feeling nice and open in that back hip. Watch your knee doesn't roll in. And press it back. Arms up as you find your balance and come back. Little test of the balance. The leg steps forwards with control. So that's an exercise in itself. Just step in the leg. Finding that balance, opening your chest. Well done. And we're coming back up. Oh, feels really nice in your hips. And we're going to come back to a downward dog. We're going to lift those hips up. And this time we're going to walk our feet forwards. And we're going to sit down. And we're going to find a little teaser. Hold. So we're going to lift our feet up. Try not to rock too far back. Scoot through these abdominals as we hold this position. Navel is to spine. We're lengthening. You can always hold onto the legs. Roll the shoulders down. And feel that lovely, like you're balancing books on top of your head. So you know that sort of old school posture. Really draw those shoulders back. It does work though. Good. And then we're going to place the feet down and we're going to scoot the bottom forwards. We're going to come onto our back. You're going to keep those heels lifted and we're going to bridge up. So, nice neutral pelvis. Squeeze your heels like you're squeezing a ball between your ankles, your knees, bridging those hips, navel to spine. We're lifting up through the right leg, hips are nice and level. Just keep that foot pointed and the other heel lifted if you can. Reach through those arms as we lift and lower that right leg. You're keeping level. Good, now you can always bend your knee, bring the heel down, a little modification there. We're gonna go for 8 of these. So we've got 6, from that center, 5, moving from that hip, 4, try and get to the top every time or even further past. You've got 3, hinging, you've got 2, now we hold it up there for 1, we roll through the back, bone by bone through the spine, we hold onto the leg, we draw the leg closer in, we nod the chin towards the chest, drop the tailbone, extend the other leg away, get it onto the floor for me today. I want you to feel the front of that hip opening up, little hamstring pull.
we change. That leg is down on the floor if you can, so we really open through the front of that thigh. Little hamstring pull. And change. And change. And change. It's quite hot. The heating's on in here, so that's the thing in the winter. You think, oh, it's going to be nice, but actually you get a bit hotter because the heating's on and we're working really hard. So maybe that's the same for you. If it's winter where you are, it's all good. We've got hot Pilates going on. Good. Reach and length. Reach and length. Reach and length. Reach and length. You're going to bring that right knee in, and we're going on to the other side. That left leg is up. Reach and press through the arms as we bridge those hips and we lower. And lift. 8 here. You can pop your hands on your hips if that helps. I want you to make sure that that right ankle is stable and fixed and strong. Good. We've got 6. Press through those arms. Calm. 5. Inner thigh working on that right side. Pulling up through that hamstring. You've got 4. I want you to try and get to that full range of movement. You've got 3. Remember, modify, bend the knee, lower the heel. You've got 2. You've got 1. You get to that full range and you roll down. Bone by bone, vertebrae by vertebrae. We hold that leg again. Other leg anchors down onto the floor as we nod the chin, drop through the tail, and this time hands come behind the head. We lift that chest as we scissor one leg down. And see if you can really focus on the leg that's going away from you just as much as the leg that's coming towards you. Good, you can always bend the knees and feel grounded through that pelvis. Good. Let's add a little twist towards that leg that's coming up. One of my favorites, as you might know. We twist and reach across. Good. We've got 4. Rotate. You've got 3. Can you get a little bit more from it as you come up? Last one. And hug the knees in for a moment. Release just for a moment. Bring your legs back to, that was definitely just a moment, ping straight back into that diamond. Arms coming together, palms press, and I want you to press them. Don't just hold them, press them together. Nod your chin to your chest as you curl up. We're going to do little lift, little lower, little lift, little low. Imagine you're balancing a little cup of tea on your pelvis. We're so nearly there. We've got 5. We've got 4. You've done so well. You've got 3. So just work for me this last little bit. You've got 2. Back of the neck is long. You've got 1. You're going to hold behind the backs of your thighs. You're going to rock up in that diamond shape. You're going to hold that diamond and we're lifting tall. Remember those books on the head. We're breathing. We're lengthening tall. Close your knees, pop your feet down onto the floor, still on tiptoes, hands come back behind you, we roll those hips up, squeeze the ball between the ankles, check everything's in line as you open your chest and shoulders and enjoy that shoulder stretch. Find that length, that opening, and then just start to come down, all the way sitting back. And just find a nice cross-legged seated position as you lift tall through your spine, gently coming off the wrist. Just let your hands rest on your legs. Close down the eyes for 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in, we kept that flow, we found those connections, we opened the body, ready for the day or feeling calm for the evening or whatever time it may be. We feel good. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Make sure you check out some of my other routines. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again in another routine soon. Bye.